Hi, I'm Miss Lee, and I want to take a moment and talk to you about forgiveness. In a typical situation, when we're talking about forgiveness, you're rehashing a situation where they did you wrong, talked about you behind your back, kidnapped your dog, they talked about your mama, stole money from you, they lied to you, talked about you behind your back, disrespected your family, vandalized your property, stole your husband, they cheated on you, completely ruined a friendship, completely ruined a relationship that you might have been in. And now the action that has happened has hurt you so deeply that you don't even know if you can continuously not only be in the same room with that person or be their friendly. But the important thing to understand that in order to forgive someone is more about you, not about them. So I have 3 ways to help you overcome this hurdle and truly forgive. Step number 1. Gotta go to the man upstairs. You have to pray for clarity. And praying for clarity, you really have to have some moments by yourself. Cut off your music. Lord, just help me. Help me see this situation about all angles. Allow me to understand where that person was coming from, what frame of mind that person was in. Praying for clarity removes your emotional tie. It allows you to think objectively. It allows you to really analyze the situation from all angles. Their side, your side, and the middle. Step 2 is to really take notice of all sides. So now that you've gotten the clarity, God has given you the sight, God has given you that extra eye to kind of look at the whole situation. You have to say, hey, what did I do? What did I say? Did I completely miss the signs? Which a lot of us typically do. Was I naive in the situation? You really have to take some accountability. Or what can I have done differently to not only avoid this situation, but to really pay attention and take notice to the messages and symptoms and signs that was right in front of my face. And really take a moment and just take accountability for the part that you've taken in the situation. You also have to look at the other person. Were they hurt? Is this somebody that you really should have been friends with or been rocking with or talking to or sleeping with or having around your wife or getting in your car with them or having around your kids or having around your husband? Has this been a pattern that they have displayed over years and years and years? Okay, now where am I at? Where was I going through? What did I say? What didn't I say? And then from that third side, if a fly was on the wall, what would they really say? Would they say, hey, it was you? Hey, it was them? Hey, it was y'all? Now how can we move forward and really tackle the state of healing? Is this something that you really should have been in? Because God put people in your life not only for good reasons, but also to teach you some lessons. But just take notice and be aware of what they're going through mentally in their state of mind. And then look at what you are accountable for in that interaction with that person. Number 3, you gotta let it go. You have to. In order to forgive someone for them doing you wrong or hurting you emotionally, deep-rooted pain that they have caused you, made you sit in the candle, sit in the dark with a candle and just cry listening to Adele or whatever it is that you do in your time of struggle and stress and just confusion and anger, be it that you listening to Jasmine Sullivan trying to bust windows out of cars, or if you sitting there just crying and just having a moment listening to Phyllis Hyman, whatever it is that you do, you have to have a moment where you let it go. You really have to ask for God's help in helping you remove it from your memory. Remove the emotional pain that has festered inside of you due to the action that has happened. Letting it go is the hardest part in the forgiveness process. And this part will not only help evolve you as the person you are supposed to be, but it also allows you to free yourself from their pain and free yourself from the burden that you're putting on yourself by rehashing the situation over and over and over and over and over again. People used to say, I forgive you, but I ain't gonna forget it. That's cool and all. However, because you're not forgetting it, you're still holding on to it. So in essence, you're really not forgiving that person. You have to understand that people change. People go through spells in their life. You are going through a roller coaster ride of your own life. So just because you're holding on to it, it's not helping you flourish into the individual that God has designed you to be. So in this let it go phase, you truly have to ask God to numb you from the emotional tie that brings you back to that dark place. If you can't do that, you won't truly understand the way of forgiving. Don't rehash it in your mind. Don't relive it in your soul. Don't keep dreaming about it. Don't keep, when something comes on TV, don't say, oh, that happened to me, and oh my gosh. And blah. No. What you have to do is understand the situation, that it was a lesson that was being taught for you and for them. And you might be living through this situation to be an example for someone else. Now, in this phase of letting it go, you really have to understand that the act of forgiveness is really for your peace of mind and for you to understand the lesson that is being taught for you. We all have a school book. We all have a syllabus of different lessons that we have to go through. And forgiveness is a big part of that book. So I hope you understand and appreciate the 3 steps that I provided to you today in regards to understanding and really knowing how to forgive. So step number 1, pray for clarity. Okay? Number 2, forgive all sides of the situation. And number 3, let it go. Forgive. Work on it. Let's move forward. Let's build up our lesson book. Let's continue to grow our lesson plan. And let's be great people under the eyes of God. Again, I'm Miss Lee, and I hope you enjoyed this lesson on forgiveness.